iOS 26.1 was just released a few days ago to all users, but Apple's already testing iOS 26.2 and has just sent out a beta update to developers. Now, iOS 26.2 brings AirPods Live Translation to the EU, introduces changes to reminders, adds a lock screen liquid glass slider, and more. So, here's what's new in iOS 16.2. Now, we'll go with the liquid glass slider on the lock screen. This is now letting you customize the appearance of the clock. So when using the glass option, you can use the slider to make the time look almost entirely clear, or give it a more frosted look. The option is up to you. There continues to be a separate solid toggle that turns off the liquid glass appearance for the clock entirely if you decide you want to opt for a much more opaque design. And you can also still use the color options for the clock too. Now, it's only a matter of time, in my opinion, until we get a liquid glass slider for this entire design language, which honestly should have just been what Apple has done in the first place. I mean, we just recently had 26.1 that gives us the ability to go from, glass to tinted or whatever the two options are. And we're already toning it down more and more or giving more users the ability to tone it down. You might as well just make a transparency slider that affects the entire operating system's design language and just be able to dial in whichever setting you want. With iOS 26.2 and watchOS 26.2, Apple has adjusted the ranges for the sleep score feature that was introduced earlier this year. So the new sleep score numbers better match how people might be feeling after a night of sleep. The new scores are very low, which is 0 to 40, which was previously 0 to 29, low, which is 41 to 60, okay, which was 61 to 80, high, which is 81 to 95, and very high, which is 96 to 100, which was previously 90 to 100. In the settings section of the Passwords app, there's now an option to manage websites where passwords are not saved when signing in. The Freeform app now supports tables, which I'll be honest with you, I have never used Freeform beyond when it first came out. But I always kind of assumed using tables would be a thing, but for those who use Freeform and have wanted tables, well, today is your lucky day. Inside of the Reminders app, there's a new option which I find really intriguing. It's to have an alarm go off when a reminder is due. Setting up an alarm can be done by toggling on the urgent option when creating a reminder. When a reminder alarm activates, it displays a snooze option or a slide to stop option. Now, if you snooze it, it will show a countdown on the lock screen that includes an option to complete the reminder, or you can reschedule it for later. Apple distinguishes reminder alarms from standard alarms with a new blue color. Now, the podcast app adds support for up to 3 new features, including automatically created chapters, options to see mentions of other podcasts from the transcript and the player, and access to links mentioned in a podcast on the episode page. Apple updated the design of Apple News, adding quick access top buttons for categories like sports, puzzles, politics, business, and food. And there's also a dedicated tab for following, which has been decoupled from the search interface. The Flash for Alerts option in the accessibility section of the Settings app now allows users to have the screen flash. Previously, this setting was limited to the LED on the back of the phone, but now you can have your whole screen just flash whenever a notification come in. Users can swap to the screen flash or have both flash at the same time. So you can do the flash on the back of the phone or your screen. And lastly, as I mentioned earlier, iOS 26.2 expands AirPods Live Translation to the EU. Apple had to delay the feature in the EU to complete the engineering work needed to comply with the requirements of the Digital Markets Act. AirPods Live Translation works with AirPods Pro 3, AirPods Pro 2, and AirPods 4 with A and C. So that's iOS 26.2 beta number 1. We'll have updates if there's anything major along the way in some of these other betas, but it's interesting to see the evolution of the liquid glass interface in certain aspects. Like now it's the lock screen that's getting a slider. I think, again, we should just have a slider for the entirety of the liquid glass design language, but that's just me. I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. This is Dan with MacRumors. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you around in the next video.